right, so here we are. We're going to go ahead and get started with the Halloween Spooktacular edition of Hump Day. Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
Yeah, woo. Oh, my God, guys.
My costume's horrible, man. It really is.
What's that?
My costume is horrible.
You look like a farmer.
Yeah. I have suspenders on. I'm a farmer today. I don't even know why I had them on.
Where all the hoes at?
In the garden.
You're supposed to bring them in the house.
Oh. Well, they're at the bar next door.
Woohoo!
For a while.
You're in the wrong place, brother.
I know. Well, I'm talking to you guys. I can't bring the hose over here.
Yes, you can. It'll be a special edition of Hump Day.
Yeah, you can. This is Hump Day, brother.
That's definitely Hump Day. That's definitely Hump Day. You get the hose involved.
Oh, man. Let me see something here. So we're just kind of kicking off, guys. Tonight, it's going to be a little bit less structured. I know that you guys are used to us putting together a list of topics and just kind of going at it, but that did not happen this week. There's a few things I want to go ahead and bring up, and I know there's some things that Chuck and Josh are going to go ahead and bring up. Actually, Josh has a lot of stuff going on all the time that I definitely want to talk about. So I'm your normal host, Josh Jar Jar Withrow. I got Chuck at Hoover joining me here from Big Rig from God knows where. And we also got Josh Ketchum joining us tonight. So I've been wanting to get Josh on this show for a while, but I was starting to think he didn't like me. And I guess all it took to get him here was Chuck.
Well, that's my flying buddy, bro.
Yeah,
by the way, for the whole stream, we're going to refer to him as Ketchum because there are two Joshes, and I ain't playing that game.
I know, right?
That seems simple and easy. That makes sense.
Yeah, I just call you Ketch or Ketchum anyway, but
that works. That works perfect.
So, Josh, what are you supposed to be dressed up as this wonderful Halloween?
Oh, evidently I'm a farmer.
No, you're Ketchum, bro.
I haven't planned to be a farmer, but that's what I am. I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer.
That didn't last 30 seconds before the ball was completely dropped.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
We're going to go through that again. You're going to get referred to as Ketchum for the entire stream, and Withrow is Josh.
Okay.
Because we got two Joshes.
I can deal with that.
So, Josh.
Just don't call me Shirley.
Right?
I'm an FPV pilot. Woo!
Yes, we are most definitely FPV pilot. We're a special bunch.
We are.
Not a doubt.
Yeah.
In my mind, we're touched.
You know, I dressed up for this episode. Some of the people kind of heard what it's about a little bit, but dude, I'll tell you what, dude, it sure freaking itches, man.
Oh my God.
Look like you got a case of chin nuts going on.
It just itches the hell out of me, dude.
I'm just waiting for the live stream to go dead now. YouTube's gonna kill it.
Oh yeah. Enough of that, he says.
Look, if Facebook can have facial recognition, YouTube can have, dick recognition.
Wah, 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 wah. But
oh my Balchinian.
Oh God. So Chuck, what does that make you?
Oh, I'm a dickhead.
All right.
So nothing has changed.
Indeed.
My favorite dickhead. And you know what I mean.
This is horrible.
Chat's going a little nuts right now.
Awesome. I love it.
I wonder if I can watch the chat while I'm on this video. It'll probably start my computer on fire.
No, just turn on YouTube, start the stream, and then do the options for the chat up on the right and do pop-out chat, and then you can close YouTube altogether and just keep the chat up. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a shot, see what I can do here. I mean, evidently my internet must be
running in the background so I can read it.
Rob, you know exactly what this is, brother. Woohoo!
Look at it.
That is horrible. It's lovely, but it's horrible.
You know what I love is even when it's down in the corner, down here, all I can see is a giant cock hanging over his forehead.
It's priceless. It really is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm hanging to the left a little bit today.
For all you guys joining us right now, I want you to show us a little love in the channel. So Chuck and I were talking the other day, and we're noticing that things around the noob tube are dying a little bit. It's like, I guess we're getting stagnant. So here's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask that if you guys appreciate this stream, you smack your like button. At some point, you try to leave us a comment, you know, when you're not stuck in chat. Maybe even smack the bell so that you guys get notified every time we go live or every time we post your like button. At some point, you try to. Holy echoes. All right. Yeah, go ahead and show us some love, guys. And I'll ask you guys to do that a few more times throughout here. Now, once again, you know, we got Josh Ketchum with us. Now, Josh started and runs the Eachine Wizard group on Facebook, and he is active, to say the least. So, Josh, I want you to tell us a little bit about what you do over there at the Eachine group and just what you've been doing for like the last 1.5 to 2 years and everything that you have going on right now.
Oh, well, this will probably be interesting. Currently, I'm actually not a part of the Eachine Wizard group, which is a long story. I had some issues that happened that caused me some stress and drama earlier this week, and I'm actually going to go back to the group. Yes, I've been involved with that group for the last couple of years, and that's what got me started. And I love the Wizards, and I love all the guys that are in the group. They've been very good friends to me, and there's a bunch of good people there. And I was trying to prove a point, and anyways, it got a little out of hand and the drama got a little crazy, but it's kind of under control now and all parties are happy again. I just haven't actually gone back to the group because I've been busy this week and haven't had time to really mess around much. So this has been an interesting journey, and a lot of these guys around here have been part of it with me. And I'm glad to be here finally, because I should be here saying something. It's been a long time that I've been running around with Chuck, and I've known Josh the whole time, and I've known Aaron and everybody in the noob tube for all this time. And I'm kind of a introvert sometimes, so I've been staying to myself a lot for a while. But then I chat constantly on Facebook, so I'm a little confused.
Well, you know, the introvert can be helped, because I know that you're probably less introverted than you were before you started flying, because I know you and Chuck pal around a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a social experiment that's gone good. It has. It's gone very well.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've thoroughly enjoyed about it. You know, I was talking to some people. I think I was even talking to Chuck about it last night, that, you know, there's people that get into the tech stuff, and there's people that get into, you know, the flying and the tricks, and there's people that get into all this shit. And the thing that has always, I'm going to say, taken my focus more than anything is the social aspect of this hobby. And I think I'm going to start just kind of dedicating a series, you know, essentially saying that I think the topic of my content for the next little while is going to revolve around how to find people, especially when you're in a place that it's hard to find people, right? Because not all of us are there, but some of us have definitely been there. So how do you find people? How do you find places for everybody to get together? How do you find good FPV spots? And even talking about maybe like the difference between, you know, your beginner FPV spots to your intermediate to your advanced, and things to look for. Because, you know, we've all been there. You get to that point where you're like, there's a tree in that yard. I'm going to rip that fucking tree. And you get there and you're like, well, that was really fucking boring. Because, you know, you just didn't think it all the way through. So I want to spend some time talking about this stuff. But yeah, I love the social, and I've been able in my area to really blow up this group that went from like non-existent to there's a solid 18 of us all the time now.
Yeah, that's great, guys. I think that all the stuff that you guys do is absolutely awesome, and I am envious of your ability to come up with the topics that you come up with, Josh. You've got a lot of really good thought processes that go into your videos, and that's commendable. Nice job.
Oh, believe me.
I appreciate that. You know, sometimes I struggle to kind of get that stuff, but it's not my primary focus. Like, I throw something out there, God, the flop is just killing me.
Well, I can't get a word in edgewise, so I'm just flopping around, just hanging out.
But, you know, I throw something out there when there's something on my mind or when I can get the content together, but it's definitely not like a primary focus of mine.
You're just very good at it. I noticed that when you do that, you're particularly good at it. So it's cool, man. It's really it. I don't watch enough videos because I post too many videos. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Maybe I might spam a little, buy like 500 packs, and I got to post, well, at least a 10th of them, you know. So you guys are watching 50 videos a day. I mean, are you serious?
Well,
This
you know,
bad, but
and a little while ago, and it's definitely not personal. I'm sure you've heard this before. I had to like unfollow you at one point because my phone was blowing up every hour with like one video that got posted to 20 groups, and then a few hours later, another video would get posted to 20 groups, and I was like, I love this guy, but I can't do this.
I know that was really ridiculous. It was for a while. Nice, Charles. Yes.
But I've noticed that since you got this new job, you've definitely been a little less active, but you still got that quality content coming out.
Well, I appreciate that. I guess I've tried to slow the spam down a bit, and also it's slowed down naturally because I'm working a lot more hours, and it's getting dark earlier, so I don't have the time to fly. And I've broken all my quads like into pieces 100 times to where nothing works anymore. So I'm kind of in limbo at the moment. I mean, I've got a line of sight quad with no cameras in it that I can fly. That's literally where I'm at right now. So until the weekend.
I've given him about all the parts, the extra parts that I got to keep the boy in the air. Even bought him an all-in-one ESC, but
yeah, he bought me an ESC. I still can't keep in the air. I've had, honestly, guys, I haven't had the ability financially to keep up with the hobby for the last few months because of certain situations in my life that got a little crazy. So I've had help from everyone in the community to keep flying, and I'm not even joking, and I cannot thank everybody enough. There's no way I would have made it to this point if it wasn't for all of you, and I'm talking to everybody. So thanks for everybody that's ever helped me. It's much appreciated, and I will return the favor when I have the chance. One of these days, I'll be on the other side of the coin.
No worries, brother, dude. That's what we're all about, Ron. We help anybody in our group out, especially the core group.
Absolutely. You guys are the best group of people I've been involved with in any hobby in my lifetime. And I guess that's why I'm so passionate about it and why I love it so much, because there are a lot more good people in this than there are bad people. And that's my honest opinion.
You keep sweet talking me and you're going to get a rise out of me.
Stay floppy, my friend. Stay floppy.
I was debating whether to go full erect or just a semi, so we went with the semi. It fit in the camera a little better.
Chuck, check your microphone, man. It sounds like you got balls in your mouth.
Yeah. I don't know why my chin's been awful itchy lately.
Have you guys seen that new what's that called? Oh my God, that men's place. I love it. Oh, Duluth Trading Company, where it's talking about the underwear, and it's got the two guys riding in the truck and they're bouncing around.
Nope, haven't seen it. I suck.
Oh, well, in that case.
Charles, don't even start.
When I try to like compose myself to start talking again, all I see is that thing flopping around, and I just can't take my eyes off of it.
Woo!
It's definitely entertaining. I can't look at it without laughing.
I know. There's no way I could hang with that. You got nerd. And once in a while, my tie falls, and so here and there, you'll watch it just like spring to life. Because,
yeah, we don't need to talk. I'll just sit here and go like this.
You know what? We probably have more viewership than we've had in the last 6 months.
It's all his hat, dude. I'm telling you, it's his hat.
Well, you know, we've all seen the video clip of the helicopter, the Russian helicopter. You might have to make something happen, brother. Strap that thing right over your GoPro so you can see it flopping as you fly.
Oh yeah, dude. Inverted yaw spin all day long.
That's what I'm talking about. Hang those nuts from the back just like a set of truck nuts or hitch nuts.
Yes.
I got quite the bush going. I might need to trim this shit.
Well, Josh, you're definitely right about the people. That's something that I've thoroughly enjoyed. And, you know, for our local group, there's a handful of guys. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I've been guilty of that too. Somebody's there. You know, they end up either getting in a crash or they're just telling you that they need something, but they don't have the cash. Or maybe they ordered it from Banggood and it's been 4 months and it still hasn't shown up. And people just start handing out parts, and there's never a dollar exchanged.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a big plus to this hobby. Everybody's really awesome, and it's another thing that I really like about it is the fact that all of these guys that are in this hobby, that stay in this hobby and keep doing it, you can't do this and be a complete moron. It's not possible. You got to have some kind of a intellect behind you to be able to build a drone and fly a drone and figure this stuff out and run the computer's programs. It ain't easy. I'm impressed with what you guys do. All of us, we're all amazing.
Oh, there's definitely learning curve. I mean, we see that all the time. You see somebody trying to get in and they're like, I want to fly like Chuck. And then they're like, but what's beta flight? And then they finally plug it in and they get it started. And they're like, what do I do with this? You know? We've all
they want to fly like me. They better have some money because I go through some quads.
You are a
witch.
Speaking of which, I think I'm going to try and make up a new trick. It was a prototype FPV. He just inspired me. It's going to be the inverted ball spin.
Oh.
Oh, man.
So you guys go check out his channel because that is the best. You guys go check out his channel and subscribe to him just because that's the best damn trick name ever created.
I heard that. So, community.
Please subscribe to Prototype, please.
We'll get back to that prototype comment here in just a second. But I'm going to issue a challenge to the community. Okay, so anybody who's watching right now or anybody who happens to stumble on this at any point, I want to start seeing some goddamn videos posted, some flight footage. You guys that don't like getting in front of the camera, I want you to just get in front of the camera for 15 seconds, you know? Introduce yourself real quick. Try to have some fun with it. You don't need anything fancy. You can use this thing right here. That's just a phone. Okay, if you don't have that, use a GoPro. And if you're not into the GoPro, hold your quad up and just look into the DVR. Okay, it would just mouth some words and we'll pretend it's a silent movie. But man, we got to start seeing you guys. I don't care if it's just DVR footy. Put that shit out there. It is so much fun to watch people grow in this hobby. And even after you've been doing it for months or years, you still grow all the time. I want to start seeing some videos in the FPVnoobtube because I want to start taking a look at a community highlight about once a month, about every other show. So there you go.
Awesome.
Yep, I haven't had too many takers up on the Noob Crew to get highlighted on this channel, so I'm looking for some peeps. I'm going to put up a post tonight after the stream. Just respond to it, guys. I'm sure Josh will throw a link to the Facebook group out in the chat right now, so you can get in there.
Yeah, I won't throw a link. Either Adam or Mike or somebody will throw a link out, but I got too much going on one screen to be doing all that. Mind you, I can't talk and type at the same time, so.
All right, Mike, get on it.
Now, I want to throw something else out. I just noticed that we just had another donation to the NoobTube from, let me see if I can figure out who this is from.
It's E-Drone, though.
Oh, it's E-Drone. Awesome. Oh, there it is, Chuck. He wants to see you put that in your mouth while it's on your head.
I'm not long enough.
That's not what I heard.
Everybody's tried, but I can't quite get there.
Then take it off your head. Suck it, big boy.
Oh God. Oh boy.
Look, you know what? I've never seen something funnier. I was listening to some guys talk about porn one night, and we've all seen that tater salad skit, right? Where he's talking about, well, you like big dicks, and the guy's like, oh, I don't like dicks, and he's like talking to, I think you know where I'm going. And he finally admits that, yeah, when I'm watching porn, I don't want to see some guy with a little, half-hard thing going at it. I want to see some stud with a big cock just slamming it.
Oh, is that the every man's a little gay theory?
At least to himself.
It takes all kinds to make the world go round. That's what they say.
Look, there's not a man alive who has not stood in front of the mirror and got the old
helicopter, baby.
Windmill going.
Helicopter.
Charles has got you covered there.
Yeah, man. I love this. That's going to have to be like a permanent fixture. But
just have it hanging behind me.
So, Josh, you recently got a new frame from Cyclone FPV, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and a friend of mine sent it to me to try, and inadvertently probably hooked me up with a lot of different situations. So I've got some really good friends in this hobby that have appeared out of nowhere, and I'm having a stroke of good luck lately. I've got a battery sponsor with Scorpion Power Lipos. They are awesome. The batteries are awesome. I'm having really good luck with those, and there's some more things that's going to be going on with that company that I'm going to be endorsing and promoting. They've got some automotive type tools and things I'm going to be working with, so that's pretty awesome too.
No kidding.
Also, I'm in talks with another company about a sponsorship, which I don't want to reveal yet because I don't want to mess it up, but it looks like it's going to be a go, and I'm going to be promoting another big company pretty soon. So I'm real excited, but at the same time I'm reserved because I have a tendency to screw things up before they happen. So I'll shut up.
Well, shit. I mean, that's really exciting, man. I'm so proud, just to know you, all the things that you have been able to do since you started doing this, all the people that you've connected with.
Well,
because I remember when you were talking with Chris Leroux, and you were talking about how Armatan frames are shit and all this other stuff, and you didn't even know who he was, and it just got his attention, and he's like, motherfucker, you try this and then tell me.
I had real good luck with my chameleon frame. I still have my chameleon frame. I broke an arm on it, or slightly broken arm on it, and I just never sent it back. I had a good time with it, but I've had so many quads from so many directions so many times that I don't hardly have time to fix an old one or worry about that. I got other stuff to go on to do. So,
I ain't never known anybody that talked shit and got a free frame.
It's awesome. But what I was actually getting at, because there's a lot of news I obviously don't know about you. I was not aware of all this stuff going on with you. Maybe I've just completely fallen out of the loop, or you've just been very quiet about it. But I was really curious what your thoughts were on that frame, because I kept looking at it and the thing looks like a tank.
I absolutely love I've been flying the Cyclone FPV Diablo frame. This is the quad here. It's right now I got it set up for line of sight because I don't have any cameras that work, so that's pretty sad, but it's coming. I got a lot of stuff happening. So but this frame, it's, as you can see, it's a drop deck. It's got a taller front.
I'm sorry. Oh God, E-Drone, you're killing me, son.
What?
Oh no.
E-Drone says I'm literally teabagging myself.
Yeah, you are. You are literally teabagging. That's excellent. I can't get this picture out of my head forever of Charles.
Every time you see me, I'm coming down this weekend, bro.
I know. I can't wait to see you. Yeah, Josh.
I bet, baby.
This is the good stuff, Josh. I mean, can you see the way that arm system locks together and interlocking on the bottom of this frame?
Yes, I do.
It's split. it's split in between the arms and it has zigzags. So you put the arms together off the side of the frame and then you bolt it together on the frame, and the arms cannot move laterally. It cannot move at all. They're absolutely locked to each other. So you can change the individual arm, but it's as strong as a one-piece arm. So this frame's amazing. It really is.
Those are really, really, really nice little sliders you got on the bottom of there. Hold that up again.
Aren't those awesome?
Right?
Some guy named Chuck sent those to me. Well, actually,
there it was.
Yeah, we got Chris. I think he's in chat.
those actually are really cool. You like them?
MDSTI, what?
MD95 TSI.
Yeah, say something in chat, Chris, if you're still on. He's printing up now, guys, and if you guys want to get some prints from him, you just get it off Thingiverse, hook up with Chris, and he'll hook you up. He'll hook you up pretty cheap. Definitely cheaper than the damn stores.
Great job on those units, buddy. They worked perfectly. The screws went in perfectly. I never had to struggle with a single screw or try to line anything up. They just bolted right on. I mean, nice work. Awesome.
Yeah, he gets one cock up.
Oh,
Josh.
too late. Already boning.
So far, this is only NC-17. Let's not take it any further, okay?
Too late.
Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, so you guys who aren't aware, MD95 TSI heads up the drone network. He does that with Captain Cook, goes by Neil Cook. And these guys, I would plug their show, but they're like live streaming almost every night of the week. So head on over to MD95 TSI's channel, subscribe and ring his bell. And if you're ever in the mood to just hear some general things going on, to have some conversation with some interesting people, maybe you drive a lot in the evening and, you just want something to fill your stereo while you're driving around that's not XM, and just go ahead and turn that stuff on and listen to that stream.
Hey, Mike, go ahead and throw a link up to Captain Cook's The Drone Network on there, because it's not actually Chris's channel. It's Captain Cook's channel. And Captain Cook, he is one of the most awesome guys I've ever met on YouTube. He's the nicest man in history. He's gone through a lot recently. So any of you guys that don't have him need to get him, because that dude needs some support, and we can give it very easily. Of course, I think most of us here are already sub to him, but anybody that's not, get on it.
Get on it.
There he is, Captain Cook.
I've noticed that it's a real big thing for me that I can never figure out who anybody is from YouTube to Facebook. It's a real big problem for me. Like, I know everybody and I know a lot of people, and I talk to a lot of people, but I do not connect YouTube to Facebook at all. It's really hard for me. So I try, but then it takes me a few minutes and I'm like, oh, duh, I talk to that guy every day on Facebook, but I don't know the YouTube name. You know what I mean?
Well, the trick is, Josh, is most people have the same, it's not a thumbnail, it's the profile pic throughout each thing. So like mine, you'll see, hold on one second here. Come on. Here you see this on all my social media. So anybody that doesn't have one profile picture throughout their social media, do that, because it makes you way more recognizable to everybody else. And since names are usually changed across medias, if you have at least that same pic, they can recognize you. Hey, that's like your branding,
Put that logo back up there, Chuck, or that brand. Man, I don't know about anybody else, but when you had that your prior channel icon, I was in love with it. I thought it was great. You had that skateboard logo with, and you put the fat sharks across it, and I just thought it was awesome. But this definitely tops it. That is such a beautiful fucking logo. All it's missing is the goddamn cock.
It needs the cock.
Yeah, it's missing the cock for sure.
No, hey, wait a minute.
Beautiful brand.
Thank you. That took me about 10 minutes on Photoshop when they came out with the Photoshop app recently for Android, and I just started messing around, taking pictures and just screwing around with it, and came to it. But there's a big problem here. Quad Farm just mentioned that the only one here that watches his videos is me. So you guys need to get on the ball because Quad Farm is the bomb.
Look, I remember when Quad Farm changed his name to Quad Farm and he started talking about other things. And that is actually when I started. You know what I'm bad about? I've not been thumbs upping him or leaving comments, but I go watch his stuff. And I love all the little things he does around the farm. Mind you, he's actually got some really interesting terrain around there to fly too.
Okay, guys, I have to admit something. Guilty as charged. Guilty. I don't watch enough videos. I usually make so many videos, I can't watch videos because my computer would start on fire if I tried to do both at the same time. Honest to God, I'm not joking. I make that many videos. But I would like to watch more. So I appreciate you guys saying what you're saying because I need to pay more attention to people and their stuff because I'm always putting so much out. I don't know what's going on in the community. I got to stop that. I got to pay attention.
Well, and I love it. I love the connection. That's actually why I watch it. I may not watch every video that everybody posts, or I definitely won't watch it right away. But man, when I'm laying in bed, you know, you see behind me, that's my hotel room because, you know, I'm always on the road. And at night when I'm trying to wind down to get to sleep, I'm sitting there with my phone and I'm just checking people's stuff out, going through my feed.
You know,
yeah, and I think
the algorithm too, they keep us watching some people.
Go say that again, Josh. I was being a dickhead again.
I'm sorry, Charles. I said sometimes like the YouTube algorithms and stuff, they keep us watching certain people because we've liked or watched a certain person's stuff so many times it puts it up in front of the other stuff. That's pretty common too.
Indeed. Well, that's why everybody needs to just start using them thumbs and commenting. Hell, chat, have conversations in the comment section. That helps out channels more than I can tell anybody. I started doing that recently and just talking with the people that are watching my stuff. And I've gained, like, what was it, 168 subscribers in the past 28 days.
Your channel has gone nuts.
Pretty much just from that. I mean, I've done a few things, which I also recommend to any of you guys out there, as if you guys check out my channel and look at those first two videos, I've made a uniform thumbnail to where that starts happening. What are you doing, Josh?
I'm all about that puff life.
What's he doing? Good Lord.
Anyways, but I think that's also helped a lot too, because now when my videos pop up, people are like, oh, I know who that is, you know, without having to think. And that's such a help.
I used you, Charles.
You use me every other weekend, buddy.
I used you big time. The last video that I put out on YouTube that before I started breaking everything every other day, the one that I tagged you in, has got me subscribers and people looking at that video and talking on that video that I've never even seen before. So thanks, Charles.
A lot of those people are probably from over at the Drone Network, from Captain Cook's channel, and probably a couple other places that I've been socializing in.
It's time for me to hop in here and throw out an unpopular opinion. So, you know, I do these things. I go on these rampages where I start, yes, flopping cock all over foreheads. I go on these rampages where I start doing YouTube searches, right? Because once in a while, and let's face it, it's real easy to get stagnant. You find people that they fly in the same places, they fly the same way, they're not learning new tricks, and it gets a little boring, right? Yep. Now, everybody has this dream of being the next big YouTube star. But, you know, the guys that do that, they don't just post, they watch too. That's the thing, is they're always getting inspiration from other people. They're also always trying to inspire the people that are in their squad or their crew, right? Now, my unpopular opinion, is going to be that I go on these rampages and I just start finding new people and I start subbing them, right? Now, if you're a guy with like 5 videos and the last time you posted was like a month ago, probably not going to get that subscribe. Okay. And then I like let you sit in my feed for 1, 2, 3 months. And then I go on these opposite rampages where I start unsubscribing people that I have not seen something from or that I've gotten bored with or something. So I'm always trying to keep my feed fresh, but I'm actively doing it. So I'm not a fan of just subscribe to everybody, right? I think you should subscribe. I think you should subscribe to the people that inspire you and the people that you want to inspire, but I am not a sub freak.
That makes sense. It does.
Jerry, I did it.
Opinion over.
Jerry, I did it just for you. Happy Halloween, buddy. Oh.
Hey, I want to address something to our audience too. So, you know, tonight I've seen E-Drone donate. In the past, I've seen Joe Ford donate. I've seen a bunch of people. I can't remember all the names. I don't want you guys to think that that stuff's just disappearing. Chuck and I are working on something, and we want to start doing giveaways. Now, hear me all the way out, though, okay? We're going to be doing some stuff, so don't go crazy donating to the YouTube live feed or whatever you call that, okay? Here's the deal is that YouTube pretty much robs people dry with that. They take something like 30% of every transaction, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to end up setting up a PayPal, and for you guys that want to donate, we'll make sure that we're posting that link in the chat and posting that link in the description. And if you want to donate, PayPal takes like 3%. It's far less. And then it's easier to use when we're ready to run a giveaway. We can just order something and have it mailed to you. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think that those donations are just going away or that you wonder where they're going. So we're going to throw all that stuff out there for you guys. We're going to start giving back. We just need you to stay tuned a little longer while we're organizing some things. But I want you to keep that in the back of your heads.
That's awesome, Josh. And hey, while you just reminded me of it, I wanted to say soon I'm going to be helping and heading a giveaway again for a Scorpion Power Lipos, and this time we're going to be giving away a pair of 1500 4S packs. So maybe since I'm talking with you guys right now and you just reminded me of it, we'll do it in conjunction with FPVnoobtube, just to get some attention.
That's awesome.
What's the C rating on those packs, Josh?
Well, the ones I'm using right now, they're rated at 75C plus is what they're rated at, which sure. I've flown 100C packs, 120C packs, 80C, 35C. I've flown pretty much every kind of pack you can imagine and every brand you can imagine. And these are in the top 5 that I've flown. They're extremely powerful, and they're the type of pack that have so much power that when you get to the end of the pack, you can't tell that you're running out of power. You'll run them completely dead and it still feels like the battery's full. So they're very impressive output. You got to be a little careful because you can over discharge if you're not careful, because they'll just keep putting it out.
Okay. So how many cycles, if you just had to guesstimate, do you think you have on one of those Scorpion packs?
The oldest one that I have right now, probably 100, not that many. I haven't been flying the Scorpion packs as long as some of the other packs, and whenever I'm up until this point, now I have a pretty good stockpile of Scorpion packs, so I'll probably start flying them a little harder. But up until this point, if I was doing something stupid, I was using my older packs and kind of keeping these a little bit nicer. But yeah, the oldest one I got, I probably got 100 cycles on it, and I noticed no degradation at all at this point.
Huh, interesting. That's really interesting, because I've been talking with Chuck the last week or so, right? And so I'm in this battery kick right now where now, you guys know, because I've thrown it out there, that for the last year, I've been on this crusade to find my formula, right? Just fly the same platform, don't change anything, and just work on the flying, right? Really trying to grow my skills as a pilot. Now, as I've done that, one of the things that started cycling through, because this is normal with batteries, they don't last forever, right? And now that I've been running probably 6 different brands of batteries at different times, I'm really starting to form some opinions, good and bad, about some of these battery manufacturers. But, you know, I'm looking for something. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to last forever, but I do want something that has some longevity. So I'm going to throw something out there at you. We've all seen these packs before, right?
Great packs.
So when I initially got them, I thought the same thing. And the reason I thought the same thing was because they had pretty good. Now, they weren't the most powerful, but they were pretty consistent, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing that I love about these is they are small and they are light. But I've had these batteries less than a year, and they are already having internal resistance go through the roof, and I'm getting less and less MAH out of every cycle. For a battery that costs $30 to $35 per piece, these goddamn things should run forever.
I just real quick, while it's on the top of my head, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion is that the best batteries I've used, Charles gave them to me. Charles gave me 2 Glacier Ice 75C 1300 packs. He wasn't using them anymore because he had a nice stockpile of packs of his own. I started using them over my other batteries I was using, and they totally outperformed my other batteries, hands down. I got longer flight times, more power, better cycles. I was like, what the heck? So I ran those 2 packs over and over and over again for a long time. And besides those, I also have had some pretty good longevity out of some of my CNHL packs. They don't recharge to the same milliamp hours like the Glacier Ices did, but they always, all 4 cells are pretty close, and they've always been pretty solid for a couple of my good CNHLs. But these remind me of the Glaciers. The way they feel, the weight, the power, the balance, all that stuff is real similar. So I don't know. The Glaciers are probably the best I've tried so far, but the Scorpions I think are similar, but the pricing's similar too. So, you get what you pay for.
You do to a degree. Now, as I throw that out there about these Thunder Powers and how, now mind you, this like degradation, it happened all at once, sometime in the last like 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And and it's weird. Like the internal resistance went from like 9 to 12 to most, these are sitting at like 30 IR per pack or per cell.
Wow.
Here's the other thing. I could get 1100 MAH out of a run. Right now, I get to 500, and this thing is bombing. The quad is falling out of the sky. And all 4 of them are doing the same thing.
Experience with a lot of packs. The same experience with a lot of packs. I've got a whole bunch of packs over there that'll run 500 to 800 milliamp hours on a 1300, and they end up in a pile and a pile and a pile. And I'll probably get rid of them, but they still work. But what do you do with them?
Well, I take them out back and hit them with a hatchet, and then after they've sat out in the rain for 2 days, I throw them in the dumpster.
Yep, that's probably where I'm headed with most of my old ones.
Hey, Josh, how nice are you to your packs, though? So
that's a fair question. Now, but before I answer that, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay, so you've got these $35. That's what I paid for these, $35 a piece, or $33. Like I'm rounding up with shipping, right? $35 a piece. Now these right here, I buy every time CNHL goes on their liquidation sales. I do not pay full price for these. So I spend on average $10 per pack. So less than 30% of the price. And I run these exactly the same. I have packs that I bought at the same exact time as these as these Thunder Powers that I treat exactly the same, that are getting ready to have been through the same abuse, and they have an internal resistance of like 9 to 12, and I can run them to 1200 MAH, and they don't sag. Okay.
Yep.
Now, I am not a good battery owner. I will charge these things and have them sitting in my bag charged sometimes for 2 or 3 weeks before I get to discharge them because of weather and travel and all that other stuff. But How come a $10 battery takes it and a $35 battery doesn't? I'm not hearing that mess.
That $10 battery is newer than that $30 battery. That's my personal opinion.
Same age.
They have a finite shelf life, and that $30 battery was sitting on a shelf longer than that $10 battery. So that $10 battery is still newer than that $30 battery, because no matter how many cycles you got on it, if it sat on the shelf for a year before you bought it and the CNHL is brand new, it's a newer pack. That's my theory.
I never considered that. That right there is bullshit. If Thunder Power has packs that are that old sitting on their shelf, they need to start running liquidation sales just like CNHL.
They do actually every once in a while. That's how I picked up 10 last year for $200.
Yep, I remember.
But hey, before it gets too late in the show, I actually want to invite somebody onto the stream. Adam, heads up, boy, we need you on.
I tried to get him on, and he said that he won't be getting on because he's with family tonight.
Oh. You're watching, right, Adam? Say something in chat, though, because we're going to do this.
Hey, guys, before it gets off of my mind, I want to say one last thing about batteries that I've been wanting to say to a group of people, and I have a group of people here. So my absolute opinion on these batteries is, if you see these companies trying to sell a whole bunch of them real cheap, don't think you're getting the best batteries, because I think they're getting rid of old stock and you're buying a bunch of batteries at a discount, and you're going to end up having a lot less life out of those batteries than you're going to have out of a brand new battery. So if you have the money to spend on a new battery that's not in a big discount sale, I think you're better off.
I would absolutely agree with that.
That's actually a really great point, and that kind of segues into this last part. So, Chuck, I know you want to segue into something, but let me finish my thought. So these, just because, again, of what I've seen in my experience, initially I really like them. And keep in mind, when I run these, my quad sits at 603 grams. So it's a pretty damn good weight, right? When I run these CNHLs, my quad runs 638 grams. There's a big difference there. It's also harder for me to get these weighted, to get the quad balanced as well, because of the size difference.
That's why I don't run the CNHLs anymore. These Scorpion packs are 10 grams heavier than the Thunder Powers, and they're very similar sized, and I'm super happy with them. That's why, I used to fly a lot of 5S all the time. I don't even fly 5S anymore because these 4S are so powerful. I put on a higher pitch. I don't need 5S.
Nice.
Just run these. So
I have a little bit different philosophy. I do buy the CNHLs. Now, I don't expect great things out of them, but for me, it's just airtime. Sure. They're not going to be my best packs, but they keep me flying. So you guys who aren't aware, like, I've got a low pro backpack, and when I show up to the multi-GP races and I go to my fun flies and things, I take like 20 batteries with me. Okay? So with all this, I hit a bout of luck. I'm like, I need to start playing a goddamn lottery or something, right? Because we've all seen these guys pump, throwing their shit all over Facebook, right? Ovonic. Now, I'm not going to cast an opinion yet because I've only got one cycle under this. So I have no opinion yet. But there's some things I really like with these. Now, the first is, look at the size. This is the Thunder Power Adrenaline. Look at the size. You see that? They're the same size. Now, if you actually look at it this way, it might be hard to tell, but the cells are just slightly longer than the Thunder Powers, even though the entire pack length is exactly the same. So
that weighs just like the Scorpions.
Yeah, so it weighs about 8 grams more per pack. But here's the difference. $35 a pack, 19.
Yeah, I'm very, very interested in seeing how that turns out in a couple of months.
So,
because you know me, dude, I'm a Thunder Power fanboy. I love their packs. I just got into the Sugar Rush packs, and they are awesome so far. But I'm really interested in that because I paid like $36 for those Sugar Rushes or whatever.
Yes. Now, with that said, with the CNHLs, you have a pretty standard. Oh, let me get that up in the camera. You've got a pretty standard main power lead here, and you've got a pretty standard balance lead here. And what I mean by that is, just like every battery manufacturer, the main lead comes out of one side, the balance lead comes out of the other side, and they're both just soldered in place, right? No difference here. Now the Ovonic, these guys have the balance lead and the main lead coming out of the same side. Now, I initially didn't see this, but when I went to put this on my quad today, I noticed it and I loved it. I'm going to show you why. When I go to put this on my quad, I got to stick this under one side of my strap, this under the other side, so that they don't end up in the props, you know, once I get it plugged in. But to get everything on there, I can only fit everything one way. With this Ovonic, I can set it sideways and wrap it through, or I can set it on top and run this thing over the top. I can even run it this way because I actually have more usable sides on the battery that I could use to put it on the quad.
Makes
so
sense.
That's something that it's really small, but if you think about the options it gives you for how you mount your battery on it, it's kind of impressive. And then they actually reinforce their main leads here with shrink tube.
That's very similar to the Scorpion packs. They've got the shrink tube on there, and they run a lot heavier wires than the Adrenalins do, for instance. I think that's where the weight difference is in these packs, and the Adrenalins is in the wires, the 10 gauge instead of a 13 or whatnot. So,
okay, these are still running 12 AWG wire, which is honestly plenty. I've never found that 10 gives me any sag, or over 12. Sorry, 12 gives me any sag over 10.
Right. No, I agree. I agree.
Josh, put the front of that pack back up to your camera again. I just want to see.
Hey, E-Drone. Oh, hey, E-Drone. I would say 10 is a good minimum. 10 packs to have a good fly day. Because if you have 10 and you want to fly more than 10, you start charging them as you use them, and you'll never run out.
Yep.
Okay, guys, just as a side note, I have flown Charles. Has let me use his Thunder Powers on several occasions because we fly together a lot, and his Thunder Powers are awesome. And I really think these feel a lot like the Adrenaline pack. I haven't had much time on the HVs yet, but the Adrenalins in these are similar to me, if that gives you an idea. So,
well, Josh, I might have to get in touch with you because, again, I'm starting to kind of play the field again when it comes to batteries, and I'm going to try some out, just 1 or 2 packs. For, you know, a minimum of 50 cycles before I make a big purchase of a bank of batteries again. Sure. And so if you really feel that those Scorpions are up to being good batteries, then I might have to get in touch with you to get a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. I do. So let me know when you're ready. We'll hook something up. I know the owner of the company pretty well. We've been pretty good friends for a while, so I'll talk to him. No problem.
Yeah, very cool. Now, I see some of you guys throwing a CHE out there. Now, I'm not saying they're bad packs. In fact, I've never run one, so I have no opinion. But what I'm going to throw out there is a lot of us watch NV Astro for our battery reviews so that we can get good quality batteries, right? Guys, not a single one of us turns a quad on and then runs 100% until the goddamn battery blows up or the quad comes completely unsoldered. So I'm a practical usage type of person. I am not going to abuse something worse than I actually use it, or not to an extreme, and then judge it based on that. I'm going to run it the way I run it and make my judgments based on the way I run.
That makes sense.
Now, those guys, they are running full throttle at their races, and also it makes sense, but I don't run that way. I pump the throttle here and there. I don't run all out, balls to the wall, or the chin.
You've avoided it long enough, Josh. Grab that package.
All right. So you bunch of wieners went and got something. I'm guessing this is birthday related.
Yes, it is. And Adam was kind of responsible for putting this together. There's a group of us that all threw in a little bit of cash, and if you were smart, you would have figured it out what it was by now. I've already asked you stuff.
Honestly, bud, I haven't had that much time to just kind of like harp over it and hold it and shake it. So I've kept it with me for this event, but I haven't had much time to even think about it.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
well,
real
I'll
quick.
go ahead and thank you guys ahead of time for your thought and for everything that you guys have done, but let's go ahead and open it.
Hey, Adam, while he's doing that, real quick, if you would, I forget who all chipped in it. I'd like you to list their names on the chat for me, or Mike, if you know, if you can look in the group or whatever, so everybody can get their proper thanks.
Hey, Jar Jar, are you dressed up as Steve Urkel? I'm just wondering. Just the tie.
Okay, so we've got a Beta FPV box here.
Ooh, sweet.
Crack this thing open.
The excitement on Josh's face is fucking killing me.
Beta75 brushless.
Ooh, a 75 even.
Now, I've got a 65, not brushless. Oh, look at that.
I'm jealous. That's nice.
That is a Beta75 Pro. Huh. 0703, 19,000 brushless motors. All right. So you guys that have been watching, you know, I've been getting more and more into the whoop stuff, or I'll say the whoop grade stuff. And I've had some really good experiences with this. Not this, sorry, but with the 65 millimeter. And with some help, I've been able to get it tuned and really get it not flying like a 5-inch. I don't ever expect something like this to fly like a 5-inch. But I've really gotten some good flight out of it, but they definitely have their limitations when it comes to power. It'll be very interesting to see how this flies in comparison to a brushed whoop. It definitely weighs more, but it's also got a bigger battery, which is good for not just more milliamp hours, but also a higher C rating, so it outputs more power. And when you couple that with brushless motors, okay. Well, you guys are a bunch of jackwads, and I love you guys to death. And I want to thank you guys for this. I will make sure, especially now that we're running out of daylight, and I've got some cool hotel stays coming up, that I'm going to get this thing tuned and spend a little time with it, and then we're going to put some footage together. So thank you guys very much. You guys are awesome.
Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Man. I want to run outside now, but
Start charging, bitch.
too much.
My
wife's going to get a kick out at you. She's going to be like, how well do you know these people? I'm going to be like, bitch, these my peeps.
Be like, bitch, they're all coming over in May.
Yeah, I know. I got to talk to you guys about that, too. I need to just do it. I keep saying I'm going to throw something out there, and I forget. Yeah, it looks like Noobapalooza 3, unless Ben hijacks it for a fucking wedding or something. Have you guys in my neck of the woods, and we'll go have a bot grinder day and have a beach day and definitely have some barbecue and stuff. So
that sounds great. I hope I can make it.
I'm gonna drag you by your freaking ears this time, Josh. You bailed out last time.
Well, I slightly had death in the family and lost my job and lost my quad. My life was a little upside down. This time it'll be different.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now, and that's the thing, you know, life happens, but there's always a next time, you know.
Absolutely.
Man,
hey, that thing came with a pack, right?
It did.
Nice.
One pack. I'm gonna have to fix that.
I told him to. We were good. It was either between that or the one that comes with 3. I told him, oh, he's got whoop batteries up the ass, but I think it's different.
Well, it's a bigger pack, but I'll bet I can run the smaller ones. I just may not get the same life out of them. This also has it has a higher C rating, but with bigger MAH batteries, we get that anyway, so ain't gonna hold me back.
Dude, you be power looping that bitch.
Oh, I'm gonna work on it.
Beta, dude, good stuff. I've had good luck with everything from them.
Oh my God, I'm so tickled. When you plug it in, I don't think you guys can hear this, but you hear that?
Not at all.
Let me try again. Maybe it's this one. I got multiple microphones. Hold on.
Yep, I heard it.
My other whoop doesn't do that.
That's Beta Flight.
Yeah. Yeah, I got saggy tie going on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, man, I can't wait. It's going to be a good weekend. You guys are fucking awesome, bunch of dickheads.
You only got one pack. You'd be charging it like crazy.
You know what? I said this thing was heavier. It's heavier because of the battery, but the whoop itself really isn't any heavier than the 65. Oh, yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah, remember when we were talking about those last episode? Or last stream?
I do.
Well, there was a reason I asked you, hey, if you would take this one over that one, which one would you take? And now it's in your hands, brother.
I'm gonna tear shit up.
I will be.
I'm really looking forward to the next time I go to Canada. Now, that actually has nothing to do with Canada itself. It's because of that fucking hotel that's up there. That hotel is like the tits.
It is. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, you need to go check out his channel. He's got a video on there. This hotel that he rips up in the lobby is just absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, is that the one with the house for a hotel room?
Oh no, different hotel. This one, it's one of, I want to say one of my last 5 or 6 videos. It's the thumbnail actually says hotel whooping or something.
Okay.
It's just I think because it's in the north, you know, where it snows a lot and they have long winters. This hotel has an indoor pool area, but it's not just an indoor pool. It's like an entire atrium full of plants, a game room, and just this huge area.
Oh, 5-inch.
Almost. Almost. I think this thing will be right sized for it. The 65 brush whoop does pretty well, but like I want to get into things and like split S, and the whoops just don't like to do that.
Well, you should be having a little better luck with that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
See, now he finally gets excited when he starts thinking about what he can do with it. He's opening it like, oh my God, this is so great, guys. Hey, look, compared to this one, to that one, to this one. Dude, you just got a freaking Beta75.
Yep. That's awesome. Thank you to everybody who, even if it was just thought, look, even the thought counts.
I know Icky Handy Shot actually threw in on it. You know, he's super quiet, but he got in on that right away. I did, Plummet did, I think Mike did, and I'm not sure who else.
Internet hug.
Kiss the tip, baby.
Oh man. Well, guys, I gotta be honest with you. I got a long day coming tomorrow. I went to a local account this week, so I didn't fly, but it's a couple hours away from home. So I'm gonna do a full day of work, and then I got to spend a couple hours driving home. So unless there's some other stuff you guys want to cover, we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up.
Oh, I'm tired, brother. I was glad to be here with you guys, but I'm tired too, so I'm good. It's good to see you all. It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Ketchum, I have wanted you on here since we started doing this, and we are going to have you again, brother. Probably, you know, frequently, per se.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got it.
If things go the way that I want them to go with the FPVnoobtube in the near future, everybody's going to be seeing a lot more Ketchum.
Absolutely. I hope that everything keeps going the way it's going for all of us, because it just seems like everything's been getting better and better and better for everybody, and that's awesome, man. I love this hobby. I love all of you guys.
Love you too, man. All right, guys. Well, that does it for the Halloween edition of Hump Day. Whoop, whoop. So,
Hump
you guys
Day.
remember to head over to Chuck's channel and stroke his like buttons and ring his bells. Make sure you head over to Ketchum's channel and keep an eye. Not just, here's the deal with Ketchum though. Ketchum doesn't just post to YouTube. Ketchum also posts directly just to Facebook.
A
So
lot.
you guys got to catch him in both places to catch up with everything he's doing.
Thanks a lot for saying that, Josh. Yeah, Facebook is probably my biggest platform because that's where everything happens for me. So I concentrate on it.
I'm doing more and more over there myself because it distributes better.
It does. It does. It works.
There are a lot of people caught up on the I want to be YouTube famous and I want to get monetized, and the rest of us are just, we're doing our thing.
Absolutely. I've been monetized since before FPV was a thing, and I still don't make any money off of it. So I don't want to burst bubbles, but I'm telling you, there ain't much money in YouTube unless you're big.
Yeah.
Monetized. I just make videos I want to watch.
Right? All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and happy crashing.
Later, everybody.
Peace out.